I'm starting back at chapter 2. Just have to. I think this is like the loader screen showing the different stuff that's happening up to this point. For loading in. This is where I left off. What's he doing?
I, Nikola Tesla, a resident of the state of New York, do hereby declare this to be my last will and testament.
Tesla's will.
Bitch!
Says, I direct that my executioner pay my funeral expenses and any other death tax imposed at the time of my death. Beyond this, my wishes are simple. I bequeath my entire estate to scientific museums of the world. My monies are to be distributed evenly to museums of Europe, Asia, and the Americas. No man, woman, or child may lay individual claims to any of my estates. So obviously this guy was pissed off that he looked after him and everything else like that, and he didn't give him a dime or anything. Okay, I can get that.
This is what I get. This is my compensation. You know my circumstances. If I had known you were so heartless, I would have done something much worse than murder you.
I'm confused. Does that mean that he murdered him? Okay, good lord. I think he murdered him now. Cause as is, proved who did it.
I'll take the rest of the house.
I'm gonna fall on the rest of this point, but I think we've proven who did it right then and there. Because that guy is obviously not blind.
I am a respected inventor, detective, not a dog. Don't call me in such a manner.
Sit.
I didn't even think about it first, but number one, he could get in there. Number two, he could read it. So, and he was obviously walking just fine there. And then he went back into character.
Very expensive.
It's rosewater. Same scent that Mozart wore.
Ah. Hoping some of his genius would rub off on you.
I already am a genius.
Isn't that what they say about you and Tesla? That you are the Salieri to his Mozart.
You've got a damn nerve.
You knew each other well, didn't you? At best you were rivals, at worst enemies maybe. Yet according to the papers, Mr. Tesla out-invented you time and time again. Have I got that right?
Nikola Tesla was no more my equal than you are, detective.
Then why come all the way out here?
Perhaps you should lay off the booze, Mr. Gustav. It pushes a man's mind in foolish directions.
You came to kill Tesla, didn't you?
Who the hell do you think you are?
Well, if you didn't, why are you here? Why are you here, Mr. Edison?
Because I wanted to know what he meant.
About what?
If I came, he could make my mistake undone. I wanted to know how.
What mistake? Oh, I assure you, I will find out either way.
A man like me receives dozens of unsolicited designs every day. Some of my inventions may have been, shall we say, inspired by those designs. And somehow Nikola found out. He called it my great mistake. Dear God, I do hope this isn't your will. There's barely a word spelled correctly.
So, you stole your inventions. You're not a genius, you're a thief.
You can't put a steak in front of a wolf and expect them not to eat it.
Tesla could have ruined your name. That's a powerful motive for murder.
You think I would really tell you all that so willingly if I actually killed the man?
Well, in my experience, people tend to tell a little truth to hide the bigger lie.
Brilliant theory, Detective. But I'm afraid I must exonerate myself. Follow me. Heel.
What a dick.
Mr. Vanderberg! Mr. Vanderberg!
What are you doing?
Very important work today. Believe me.
Murder is a matter of motive and opportunity, yes? Evidently, you're stupid enough to believe I was sufficiently motivated. But let us now test your little theory and see if I had opportunity. Where the hell is that boy? Probably got stuck in a pile of his father's money. Mr. Vanderberg!
If you had an alibi, Mr. Edison, you would have told me by now.
I didn't expect to be accused.
All right. Where were you when Mr. Tesla was killed?
I was alone in my room.
Not a very good alibi, is it?
I don't remember hearing yours. Maybe you killed him.
Hello? What's going on?
Tell him what you told me. About what you heard. You heard a woman. Tell him.
Well, a few minutes before you arrived, I heard something.
What?
Someone, a woman's voice, arguing with Tesla. It must have been moments before he was murdered.
A woman's voice? Whose voice?
I don't know. I was upstairs in my room and the storm was too loud to hear what they were up in arms about.
At that time, there was only one woman in this house.
You think she killed him?
Mademoiselle? Miss Bernard?
Nope, the butler did it. We already
Oh, she seems pleasant
found
enough.
that out.
But they say she used to be a wagtail.
I'm afraid your American slang is lost on me, Mr. Edison.
Well, that's probably for the best. Just remember,
There she
she's
is.
an actress. She lies for a living.
Bonsoir, gentlemen. Have the police arrived?
No, not yet. Would you please come to the dining room, mademoiselle?
I'm not sure I can entertain all three of you at once.
Just me, Miss Bernard.
I suppose that would do. Ooh la 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 la. You all look very serious.
A man did just die here.
There's a lot going on in the other room right now.
But the show must go on, no?
I know what happened. There's a second lock on that door.
Shall we?
Yes, it is electromagnetic. If you want to open it, you must turn off the voltage regulator for the whole house.
Mr. Vanderberg, don't wander off too far. I intend to speak to you next.
He is rolling.
Gentlemen, so you're famous, Miss Bernard.
You flatter me, Monsieur Gustav. But an actor does not seek fame. We seek only truth.
Then we have one thing in common. By the way, Mr. Vanderberg says he heard you shouting at Mr. Tesla at the front door, moments before he was murdered.
Then Monsieur Vanderberg is a liar.
Really?
The butler let me in, not Tesla. He showed me to my room, and there I stayed until you arrived.
Well, if it wasn't you that was shouting at Mr. Tesla, then who?
I don't know. Perhaps we should have a séance and ask him.
Why did Tesla invite you here?
Just because you're handsome does not mean I will give up my secrets so fast.
I am an officer of the law. This will go as fast as I want it to.
But you'll get so much deeper if you go slow. Let's play a game together, huh?
I'm not interested in games.
But you are interested in the truth. In this game, we'll take turns. You answer my question, and then I will answer yours. This way we both get what we want.
Go on.
Do you like me?
Doesn't everybody?
I only care if you do.
Why would you care?
Is that your question?
We.
Because if the most dangerous man in the house likes me, then I'm not in any danger.
Oh, I'm not dangerous.
Oh, what a pity. My turn. Monsieur Detective. Is there such thing as a mystery that cannot be solved?
2 men on a roof. One fell off. There was no way of proving whether he was pushed or he jumped.
The perfect crime.
My turn. I think you came here because Mr. Tesla told you he could make your mistake undone. What was that mistake?
I made no mistake.
No?
No. Somehow, Tesla knew a secret that I never told another living soul. I didn't want him dead. I wanted to know how he knew. What's this?
It belongs to the man I called outside. Something is burning. Stay here.
What are you talking about?
They've done it all my life. So maybe.
I would assume this is him now smelling that painting and wheel that was thrown in the fire by the butler forever ago.
Hello? Is something burning? I smell smoke!
If you didn't do it, I demand to know who poisoned my drink!
What?
You wait right here. I'll be back.
What before I got hit in the face?
What's going on?
Somebody was trying to burn this document.
Well, it certainly wasn't me. I was downstairs. What is it? What does it say? For goodness sake, man, what does it say?
It says other death.
What does that mean, other death? What other death?
Indeed.
It could be instructions for the killer.
No, this is Tesla's handwriting. Did you happen to see anybody else come up here?
No. No one but you. You smelled that burning from downstairs?
I did.
You've quite a nose.
Tell me.
Where were we?
It's way too late for that.
Detective, I wish to be honest with you.
Oh, I thought you were honest all along.
I know who killed Tesla.
Who?
Victor Mondi.
And you know this exactly how?
I just know.
No, you're wrong.
You have to do a little better than that.
Why else would he run away?
Remind me, what was your alibi?
You can't seriously believe what Vandenberg said about me. The spoiled little nouveau riche. Call him in here. If I am to be accused, I want to hear him say it to my face. Monsieur Vandenberg! Monsieur Vandenberg!
Yeah, just doing chapter
I certainly
2.
seem to be at people's beck and
I
call.
pretty much already
told
know
Monsieur
who the
Gustav
killer
that you heard my
is.
voice right
Because
before
I
Tesla
saw
was
the
here?
exact thing I needed to
I
see.
said I heard a voice.
No.
So I already
You
know who
said you
did
heard
it.
a woman's voice.
That's not how they
I
get
was
to
the
it.
only woman in the house. That is an accusation.
I can't be sure that it was a woman.
May I remind you that you told me quite plainly that you heard a woman arguing with Mr. Tesla moments before I found him dead.
I wasn't being entirely truthful.
Then be truthful now.
It wasn't a woman.
Why would you say it was?
Mr. Edison is a very passionate man.
So?
Passionate men are best agreed with when their blood's up. Honestly, I think the voice I heard was a man's.
A man like Victor Mondi.
I don't know.
Mr. Vandenberg, either you were lying then, or you are lying now.
So did you
This is
platinum
the
it
truth.
already?
Maybe somebody else got into the house.
No. Victor Mondi tried to escape. That means he's guilty.
I will decide who's guilty and who's not guilty.
Victor Monday did not do it.
How would somebody else have come into the house?
Well, then I'll let you know. I already pretty much know that the is the one that did it. Because he's not blind. He could read his
Mr. Swan!
will and destroy it because
Get
he
out,
wasn't going to
both
give
of
him
you.
any money back. And he literally said that he murdered him while he was alone before he chunked it into the fire. So yeah, he pretty much gave it away, but it would be easily to miss. Right now I'm just following Gustav, which, yeah, that ends the chapter. But yeah, I saw exactly what you need to see with Swan in chapter 2. See. Yeah, that's the only thing I saw from him on the second chapter is him confessing. I guess I saw a couple things from him as well. Chapter 2 has a couple things. I saw a little bit from there. Did I cut all of Gustav's stuff? I got all of those. I don't know if I actually caught everything I needed to from Gustav in that there. No, it looks like I might have missed some time. So all these ones do you have to get from following the same person around the entire time? That one's going to be a bit of a pain in the butt to get. Because a lot of these people only... I'm guessing you have to fill out the entire timeline of that. And many of these, I'm only at certain points. Like, how can you fill out Tesla's? He's dead the whole time. You just sit there at his dead body the entire time? I don't think you end up having to do that. It's only certain people. But Gustav has seemed like the best person to mess around with. To start out with, apparently there's some other ones that are clues and stuff that I have not picked up on. But yeah, before bed, I was just wanting to do a couple more things. Well, I'm about to be going to bed anyway. Like you're coming in like right at the end of it. I was just knocking out the second chapter, and I just now finished it, and I already know who did it because I caught the one moment in chapter 2 that I needed to find out who did it, which you can easily miss because everyone's in different places most of the time. But yeah, I'm about to end it and go ahead and go to bed. I just didn't want to go to bed before I at least got through chapter 2 because the chapters themselves are pretty short. They're like 20 minutes, give or take. It's just if you're constantly searching around and stopping time and everything else, it takes longer. Plus, you have to do multiple playthroughs if you want to catch everyone's side of the story. Right now, I'm sticking with Gustav, but I wasn't with him all the time, so I'm still gonna have to mess around with that later. But yeah, y'all have a good one. I'm about to head to bed. Have to see when Pumpkin tomorrow decides he's gonna stream and everything. I have no idea when to get up or when to look out for that. So y'all have a good night. GG.